Hey, what's going on, guys? It's LuceyGoosey or Kyle, and welcome to my finals for the UPL. We are here in the championship, the finals against the Pendleton Politoeds. Now, if you didn't know, we beat the undefeated Kansas City Cartanas last week in the semifinals. If you want to go check that match out, it will be down below in the description. Anyways, we are here up against the Pendleton Politoeds, who I believe we beat in week 3. I don't remember the exact score. It was like a 3-0 or 2-0. But we beat them with a substitute Dragon Dance Haxorus with, I believe, Fightinium Z or Dragonium Z or something like that. We substituted up on a Celesteela, and we ended up setting up on him and being able to take down his main walls. And then from there, I think we won the game with Infernape or something like that. But it was a good game. And yeah, we're facing off in the finals. He has made a few team changes since the last time we faced him. His Mega is now Mega Metacham, who I believe he either traded or dropped. He dropped Arcanine, or he didn't drop Arcanine. He traded Arcanine for Amoonguss with the Rocky Mountain Lichen Rocks. And then I believe he made a free agent transaction, dropped Alakazam, and picked up Mamoswine. Not 100% sure on those, but I think that is the case. Anyways, yeah, we're going to go into what I'm bringing this week. You guys can see it on the screen, and I'll go through all of their sets and everything. No Haxorus this week. I don't think he's going to fall for the same thing that we did last time. Last time he went for Leech Seed on our substitute, and that's how we were able to set up on him. I don't think that's going to happen again. However, I do think that he is going to bring a Steel type. He has to bring one just because of my Steel weaknesses with Alola Ninetales and Mega Glalie. However, I'm not bringing either of them. You can see the team, Mega Glalie does not have a bad matchup, but I figure he's going to prep a lot for Mega Glalie, and the Heracross is definitely going to stop me in my tracks like that. Like, he's going to be either Scarfed Heracross if he brings it, or, you know, Bullet Punch from the Metagross and Heavy Slam from the Celesteela. And we can't really one-shot anything. Like a defensive Amoonguss, we're not going to one-shot. Obviously, Suicune switches in on us easily, and he's got the Mega Metacham, which I believe we Speed Tie with, but I think it gets Bullet Punch, so that can do a lot to us. So, yeah, Mega Glalie, I didn't think had a great matchup. Alola Ninetales had an okay matchup. I was thinking of bringing it, but just because Bullet Punch is going to one-shot me unless I bring Bibarels, I was like, it's not happening. In Aurora Veil, it did about 80%, and I was just like, I don't think I'm going to bring Aurora Veil and Alola Ninetales. I haven't used it too well this season, and I wasn't going to risk it in the final, so I brought 6 Pokemon that I think I'm pretty comfortable with using, and we'll go over the sets right here. But first, I'm going to tell you guys what I think he was going to bring, just because I think I should be doing that more often in my team builders, and I'll do that in Season 2, because Season 2 is actually going to start up right away. So basically, I think Celesteela has to come. It's his main wall, and he has brought it to basically every match. He usually brings the Leech Seed Protect set with, like, Heavy Slam and another move. Either, I think I've seen him bring a special variant with Air Slash and Flash Cannon, or he brings, like, the Heavy Slam and Earthquake or something like that. Suicune, the most I've seen him bring Suicune has been just a Fizz-Def Suicune, which if he does bring it will probably be Fizz-Def. We might see Calm Mind Suicune, which I believe is called Minkune. Amoonguss, I think, is 100% coming. Although we do have a lot of ways to beat it, I think Amoonguss is a really good physical wall, and if you watch my match versus Rock Hands, because I had to face Rock Hands with Amoonguss on the team, yeah, it was tough to take down. So I don't think it's necessarily 100%, but I think it could come. I think Metagross or Celesteela will come. If he does bring Metagross, it's 100% going to be Bullet Punch, either Banded or a boosting item. It is a Z-move user of his, and I believe the other ones are Swampert and Hydreigon. So that's also a possibility. I don't think Shiinotic's coming at all. It has that 4 times weakness to poison, and we don't really have ways to beat that 4 times weakness to poison. It's just he has only brought it to, I think, 1 match, and it didn't do anything in that match. Chaptal, I don't think is coming. However, it can come. It actually does have a decent matchup against my team, but Klefki kind of walls it unless he runs Heat Wave. So I actually think it is a possibility for Chaptal to come to the match. Mega Metacham, I think, is 100% coming. It has a great matchup against my team. The only problem is we have Cofagrigus, so that might scare him a little bit away from bringing Mega Metacham. He's got the Hydreigon, which he's brought to almost every match, as well as Mamoswine when he picked up Mamoswine. So he either runs Hydreigon Scarf or Mamoswine Scarf, and sometimes he runs dual Scarfers. If he brings Heracross, I'm 100% sure that thing is Scarf. And Swampert, he usually brings a Z-move on it, which I think is kind of weird. I never really thought of Swampert as being a good Z-move user, but if he does bring Swampert, I'm predicting it to have a Z-move because he usually does bring a Z-move on a Swampert, or we might see leftovers like the common Swampert. His rock setters are Mamoswine, Swampert, and I think that's it. Oh, and Metagross. However, Swampert is probably his best rock setter. If he brings Scarf Mamo, it probably won't have rocks, so if he is bringing rocks against me, that's what I would think. And his forms of hazard removal are non-existent. I believe maybe Chat Talk is default, but other than that, he can't get rid of hazards, so that is why we have a couple of hazard setters this week. But yeah, we're bringing Raichu, Kachow with the air balloon, as you guys can see. Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, Hidden Power, Ice. With a Nasty Plot up, we can win this game, I think. If we get late game and we get a Nasty Plot up, I think we can beat it. It's definitely a possibility that he brings like specially defensive, what's it called? Specially defensive Amoonguss, and then Hidden Power Ice will only be doing about 40%, I believe, with the +2 boost. And then specially defensive Shinotic obviously can stop me in its tracks. And a +2 Thunderbolt cannot OHKO Metagross. So those are some things that could stop me, but getting up to +2 can really help me out. And I think it definitely is pretty good. We have some HP investment. We have enough speed that outspeed his entire team, barring any Scarfers. And so it should be pretty good. Max special attack. So offensive Raichu. I believe I brought Raichu to 4 out of the 5 matches that I've had Raichu on the roster, or maybe 3 out of the 4 matches, something like that. I actually really enjoy using it. So the next Pokemon we're bringing is going to be Cofagrigus. I was originally going to bring a T-Spike set, but it only affected like 5 things on his team that I thought were coming. Or I think out of the things I thought they were coming, it only affected like 3 of them, like Swampert maybe. But obviously Hydreigon's not affected by it. Mamoswine is, Mega Medicham is, Celesteela is not, Metagross isn't. So it was like Toxic Spikes isn't 100% the best thing, and so I decided Will-O-Wisp would be a little bit better because we can burn the Heracross if he comes and he's not Guts. Obviously, he could be Guts. We can burn the Mamoswine, which is the main thing, and burn the Mega Medicham. This is my main answer to Mega Medicham. However, we have to get the burn on it to do some damage, but the Rocky Helmet's going to be doing damage in itself. Max Fizdef, Cofagrigus, which is what we usually bring. Bringing Tarzan with the Fightinium Z. Swords Dance, Mach Punch. I think we can sweep his team with a Mach Punch if we can break down walls like Celesteela and obviously Amoonguss. But, you know, we don't have to Mach Punch Amoonguss. He's obviously going to be slower than us, so we can go for the Flare Blitz. But with the Swords Dance up, I think we can do a lot to his team. He probably will be running, like, he's either running Scarf Mamo or Scarf Hydreigon. If only one of them comes, we will know his Scarfer right away, because those two things can check my faster Pokemon. If it's Scarf Hydreigon, I think Raichu actually can take hits from that. If it's Scarf Mamo, that's why I'm running Air Balloon on Raichu. But Fightinium Z, that's going to be able to allow us to OHKO the Celesteela if it's Fizdef. So that's really nice. Next Pokemon we are bringing is going to be Mew with Taunt, Roost, Psychic, and Stealth Rocks. I need Rocks up in this match to really put pressure on that Celesteela because he switches it around so much. I need those Rocks up. We're running a lot of HP investment with Roost, Taunt, so that he can't Leech Seed us with Celesteela. This is mainly my Celesteela counter. Obviously, if he brings a Metagross, I can't touch the Metagross, and we're going to have to find other ways to beat it. Cofagrigus is mainly the way to beat Metagross if it comes. And, yeah, I think this will be an okay set. It's kind of like a good lead that can prevent rocks and stuff. So that's what our Mew is going to be. We're bringing Roar on our Vaporeon in case he does bring Calm Mind Suicune, because that thing is so threatening to my team. I need some way to beat it, and obviously Vaporeon's going to be good at that. If he's running Hidden Power Grass, I believe a +3 Hidden Power Grass does about 70% to our Vaporeon, so we can't get him up to +4 because then that will be OHKOing after rocks. So we have to make sure that we don't let him get up that high. We have Wish, Protect, Scald on this set as well. It'd be nice to get some Scald burns out there, and obviously Wish Protect's going to increase our longevity with the leftovers as well. And lastly, we're bringing Alicia Keys with the Light Clay. We're bringing Dual Screens, Spikes, and Dazzling Gleam. I think Spikes are going to be really nice to pressure the Mega Medicham, and a couple of other things that are grounded, like the Mamoswine, especially if it's Scarfed, it can't keep coming in and revenge killing stuff. Dazzling Gleam is there to OHKO the Hydreigon. I have no special attack investment, so it won't OHKO, but it'll do about 85%, so if we do get rocks up, it will bring it down to very low range, so that's really nice. And yeah, dual screens are going to help us set up with our Raichu and our Infernape. That's the main thing that I've learned this season, is that Klefki really helps me with my setup Pokemon, and that's how I think I can win this match. I think Infernape has a better chance to sweep than Raichu, but Raichu is more of a surprising factor, so I think it might catch him off guard because I've brought more of a defensive Raichu to my previous matches, so I guess we'll have to find out. But we're going to head into the battle right now, guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Alrighty, guys, we are here in the battle. As you can see, he brought Mega Medicham, Celesteela, Hydreigon, Amoonguss, Swampert, and Mamoswine, and obviously our team is right there. So by seeing his team, Swampert is probably his rocker. I'm going to expect that as his lead because, you know, you want to get up your rocks up early. The Amoonguss comes, so probably going to have Spore or Klefki walls it pretty well, so that's nice. Mega Medicham, we have the response for Cofagrigus, so we need to keep Cofagrigus around as long as Mega Medicham's still around. Celesteela obviously comes, not sure what type of set he's going to bring on that. And then, of course, he's got Hydreigon and Mamoswine. We were saying one of those is going to be Scarf. They could both be Scarf, to be honest. So we're going to have to watch out for that. But anyways, like I said, my lead for this is going to be Mew. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. He leads with Mamo. I'm going to taunt it because I'm like, oh, maybe Mamo's his rocker. So I taunt. We catch the Celesteela on the switch in. I'm like, I'm just going to go for my rocks right here. He has no way to remove rocks, so these rocks are up for the whole match. He's going to go for Heavy Slam, reveal that he is a physical variant and actually somewhat offensive. So I'm actually going to switch out into Vaporeon here as he switches out into his Hydreigon. So I'm now scouting to see how much damage this is going to do. However, he does make the double, and I go for the Roar, which is really nice. I figured if he went for the Draco Meteor, we could take it, and he actually ended up switching out. So that was nice. We caught him on the Roar. We see Seed Bomb on Celesteela, which is kind of cool. So I'm wondering if this is an Assault Vest set. We haven't seen really any damage on it. I hit him with the Scald, and it's not Assault Vest, so I'm wondering, oh no, what is it? And of course, we see that he has Leech Seed. So I think he wasn't Leftovers. Actually, I don't think he was Leftovers. So he's going to go for Earthquake here on to our Alicia Keys. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not going to do anything because we have the Burn Up. And I'm like, well, we'll set up the Reflect too. But this Leech Seed is going to wear us down. I'm surprised he had Earthquake and that he went for it there because I was going to switch into Mew. But he made a good play. And now our response to Amoonguss is getting weakened. So we need to make a switch out here, and I believe I go out into Vaporeon because I know I can take hits from this thing. As he's actually going to make the switch out in Hydreigon, I'm going to see if this thing is Specs. I'm just going to go for the Wish on this play as he goes for Draco Meteor, and that is guaranteed Specs. And I go for the Wish. Now he might be able to knock out me. Here, I'll pause it right here. So he might have been able to knock me out with a second Draco Meteor right there. The roll was in my favor, I believe. So he might have been able to knock me out, but I did not think he was going to go for it because I have the Protect. So I predict the switch out, and I actually go for the Roar right here. Really risky play. And we actually get the Celesteela, or no, we get the Mamoswine on the incoming Roar. So Mamoswine's going to come in. I know I can take a hit from him, so I go for a Wish again, I believe. Or I go for a Scald. No, I do go for the Scald because I want to get rid of Mamo as soon as possible because that thing could be Scarf. So he's actually going to go out into Amoonguss. I know I need to switch out. I'm going to go out into Klefki, and he is going to have the Spore. He's going to put us to sleep, but I know I get one free turn right here, so I'm going to try to break out of sleep right here as he goes out into, I believe, a Swampert. Yeah. So he's going to go out into a Swampert. I'm going to try to break out of the sleep, and it's not going to happen, and I don't want to lose my Klefki right here, so I'm going to make the switch out into my Raichu, expecting him to go for Earthquake, but he's actually going to go for Rock, so we could have tried to break another turn to sleep right there. I'm going to go for the Nasty Plot because he sees we're the balloon, he can't hit us, and so I'm going to go for the Nasty Plot right here. If he is Fizz Def Amoonguss, we're going to do about 60% or 50 to 60% with this hidden power, but he actually is more specially defensive Amoonguss. You can see his Giga Drain is going to break our air balloon right here. We're not going to be able to knock him out with the next hidden power Ice. However, Amoonguss does really stop our team in its tracks now that Klefki's worn down, so I want to make sure that I can just kill this Amoonguss. I'm not going to predict him to switch out right here, even though he would get the Regenerator, so I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, and we're actually going to kill Amoonguss, which is really nice. However, he's going to bring out Mamo, and now I know this is a Scarfer because it's going to be able to kill us, so I'm just going to go out into Vaporeon. I know I can take an Earthquake, and that's exactly what he's going to go for. We're going to take 48%, so I know the next one could kill me, so I'm going to go for Protect right here just to get the extra leftovers. And now we cannot die from an Earthquake, so I'm going to go for the Wish, I believe, on this play. However, he's going to crit us, and we're going to lose our Vaporeon. So it's unfortunate, but that's how things go, I guess. We're going to go out into our Mew. I know I can take a couple hits and roost up on this thing, so I believe I go for the roost right here as he switches out into a Swampert. And now we're at full health. This is his Z-move user. Like I said, if he goes for any Z-move, we can live it right now. And we go for Psychic. We get 39% taken on us. Now, right here, I could have went for the Psychic to kill, but I honestly expected Hydreigon to come in right here. So I went for the Roost just so I could be at full health when I switch out. And he's actually going to stay in, and I could have killed a Swampert right here. And he's going to go for the Continental Crush, and he's going to get a crit. And we're going to live on 1. Or he goes for Tectonic Rage, actually. So we're going to live on 1. It was a crit. And now we're going to have to start roosting up some damage right here as the Swampert's going to keep going for Earthquake on us. We are going to be able to live it. That was just really scary because I did not expect that at all. I could have just went for Psychic, and that's why I really thought Hydreigon was coming out right there, because I could have just killed his Swampert. But I guess it didn't have another switch in the rock, so that's why he didn't switch out. I probably should have seen that and just gone for Psychic. Now he's going to bring out his Hydreigon. I'm going to sack off my Mew right here. However, he's going to go for the Earth Power. So we know this thing is Specs, right? And I know I can take another one, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just roost back up the Fool as he switches out here. And he's going to go out in the Celesteela, which is nice, because now I get to stay in another turn and taunt this thing as he might go for Leech Seed. And he can't really touch us with any other move. So Mew, although it only has Psychic, has just made a Hydreigon switch out on it, which is pretty cool. He didn't go for Dark Ball, and I was just sacking it off at that point because I didn't need Mew anymore. Now we're going to switch out into Klefki. I know that I need to get wake up right here, as he's going to go out into Hydreigon. He actually got disconnected at this point. You can see he came back though, and he goes for Earth Power as we don't wake up. If we got the Dazzling Gleam off right there, oh, he was actually faster for us. I went for the Light Screen just to help us out, but he is in range of Mach Punch, so I'm going to go out into Infernape, and I believe I go for the Close Combat. However, because we are faster than him, we know that he is Specs, so I do go for the Mach Punch as he's going to go out into Mamoswine right here. We're going to reveal the Mach Punch, which he now is in range of because of the hazards, which is super nice. We're going to kill the Mamoswine, and now I believe he goes out into Medicham as one last ditch effort. But of course, we do have Cofagrigus, and at this point in the chat, he did say GG, and I kind of felt bad, but I asked them, like, Infernape has put in so much work for us this season, and sorry about that, the sprite was kind of lagging right there. Infernape's put in so much work for us this season, and I asked him, can Infernape get the last kill? So as you're going to see right here, he's going to bring out Hydreigon. I'm actually going to go out into our Raichu to sack it off to the Hydreigon, so that we can kill this thing with Infernape. And then, I believe I go out into Infernape right here. I'm going to go for the Close Combat and kill this thing. And then he's going to bring out Mega Medicham. I'm going to go back into Cofagrigus, and I believe it's at this point I'm like, hey, can Infernape get the last kill so I can end off my season with Infernape? He was cool with it. So we're going to make the switch out here into Cofagrigus, and he's going to go for Ice Punch, and he's actually going to get a freeze on us. So yeah, unfortunate. I believe it's, yep, right here that we get frozen. And so now I'm like, all right, yeah, I definitely should just go out into Infernape. He can't kill me with any move. So I go out into Infernape, I believe, on this play, as he actually goes for Drain Punch. So I was like, wow, okay. And we're going to live because he doesn't have huge power, and I'm just going to go for the Z move. He didn't have Bullet Punch, and I don't think it would have killed us anyways. And I just wanted to get that last kill with Tarzan, just because Infernape has put in so much work for us this season, and I felt like Infernape deserved to get the last kill right there. Of course, Cofagrigus could have been able to walled him at the end. However, I believe if Paulie was able to kill our Infernape there, which he could have if he crit us, Bullet Punch there, that he might have been able to actually win that match. I'm not 100% sure. Because our Cofagrigus was at, like, I think 35%, he would have taken 2 more Rocky Helmet hits, maybe 3, and then Mew could have been able to outstall it. So it was really risky going out into Infernape, and I feel bad that I did it, but I really wanted Infernape to get the last kill of the season just because it put in so much work for our team. But yeah, we win the finals, so that's something to be super excited about. Ended it in a really cool way with the all-out pummeling from Infernape. So I hope you guys did all enjoy Season 1 of the UPL. We reigned champions. I don't really think I deserve to be the champion of this season. We had so many great coaches, Hoobie, Pokemaster Mike, Paulie, obviously. Rockhands was a great coach, and Paulie was able to beat him in the playoffs. A couple of people that didn't make the playoffs, Dark was really good as well. A couple of people that didn't make the playoffs, Mandy and Byron, were really good coaches as well. And Buff obviously beat us in the last week of the regular season. And then, of course, in the other division, they had let's see if I can remember, Frozen, Ninetales, and Devil, and they were all amazing coaches as well. So we're going to be doing a season 2. It's going to be a little bit different, and I'll probably explain it in my draft analysis rather than at the end of this video right here, because we just won a championship. I'm not going to dwell on the next season and bore you guys with the details of that. I am going to be making another video about season 1. I'm going to kind of go over how our season went, our MVPs and stuff like that, and I hope you guys really enjoy that, because I thought it would be really special. This is probably my favorite team I've ever had in Draft League, which is pretty cool. I've been in, I think, 4 Draft Leagues now, and this has been my favorite team to use. So I'm going to go over our kill leaders and stuff like that, and it should be pretty fun. And other than that, guys, it's pretty cool. We have the ISL going right now. I know I haven't posted it in a while, and I've been trying to catch back up on this because I believe the finals match was actually 2 weeks ago. I've been just trying to catch up on my uploads. I've been really busy with soccer and stuff. So I'll record my ISL matches probably today and get them up sometime this week, and then I'll do my season 2 UPL draft analysis and everything like that, and the video for our season 1 recap. So hopefully you guys did all enjoy this video, and hopefully you're excited for what's to come. Other than that, guys, I'm out for now. Peace.